To all the former atheists, I hate to use the no true Scotsman argument on you, but I kind of feel like I must. Now, technically, everyone who believes there is a God is a former atheist, because until you are taught about God, you're an atheist. Because an atheist is someone who doesn't think there's a God. But the no true Scotsman argument I like to use is that an atheist is someone who has thought about God and who has determined that it is a bad argument, that does not accept the argument for God, who rejects the claim that there is a literal God. To me, that is what an atheist is. Not somebody who's born an atheist, because that's simple. Anyone can do that. So, all you former atheists, I suspect that you did not believe in God because no one really told you about God. No one explained why people believe there's a God. That's why I advocate that we teach children about religion. All religions, not just Christianity, not just Islam, not just Judaism, all religions. They should know what they're up against. They should understand what religion does. It sells something you don't need. Now, all you former atheists, and quite often it's a Christian, I've noticed, though there's plenty of Muslims. Kirk Cameron is a very good example of someone who likes to say, I was a former atheist and I came to realize that God was real. Well, no, I don't really buy that. I think a lot of former atheists are someone who never really was taught about religion and met some cute girl or cute guy and was invited along to their place of worship and was made to feel welcome and made to feel like they belonged and made to feel part of what was going on. And that's what religion does. Sound like a cult? It should, because religion, churches, are a cult. They are convincing you of something that isn't quite real. It is real, but they're really selling it. They're really, really selling it because they want you to buy in. They want you to be part of it, and they want your money. And some religions want 10% of that money. But that's not necessarily why they want you to be part of their church. They need people there. They need mass of people to make it a church. It's not a church if nobody shows up. So, all you former atheists, I suspect growing up, you were not exposed to religion. I don't think you were exposed to the selling points of religion. And when you got older and met somebody who sold you on religion, it sounded good. Because, let's face it, religion sounds good. You are sold salvation. You are told you have a place in heaven if only you believe. And if you don't believe, you're going to go to hell. And we don't want that to happen to you, do we? Well, there is no heaven, there is no hell. At least there's no reason to believe that there is. I've never been convinced of it. But I was lucky. I was exposed to a lot of different religions growing up. Now, my family, they believe there's a God. They buy into it. I'm not sure why exactly I don't. I'm not sure why exactly, except for maybe I was the youngest of my original family. I've got a half-sister, and she believes. But I'm not sure why it is that I was not convinced. But I had Judaism and Christianity and Catholicism and just lots of versions of Christianity. We had Baptists and Lutherans and Protestants and just all kinds of Christians. So I got to see a lot of different religious views. And because of that, I was able to understand what religion was about and what they were selling. And I wasn't buying. So all you former atheists, you may think you question God, but I don't think you really even thought about God. I mean, you knew God was out there, and I don't believe in God. Because you didn't know what God was. You didn't know what you were up against. That's what I suspect. I'm not saying that that's exactly what happened to you, but that's what I suspect. I suspect if you are a former atheist, and you like to say you're former atheist, and I see a lot of Christians saying I was a former atheist. All you Christians were former atheists. In fact, you're still atheists, because if you don't believe in all the gods, you're an atheist to all the other gods except for the one that you believe in. So you're still an atheist. You're just not the atheist that I am, because I don't believe in any of those gods. So you former atheists, quit saying you're a former atheist, because we're all former atheists. And someday you'll be an atheist again. Because you'll be dead. And you'll find out there's no heaven. Actually, you won't find out that there's no heaven because you won't find out anything. And I suppose you won't really be an atheist because you won't believe in anything. Which technically makes you an atheist, but technicalities aside. Heaven is another thing. Think about heaven. Think about the stories you've been told about heaven. You'll rejoin your family. Well, which family? Because your parents will rejoin their family, and their parents will rejoin their family. Which family are you going to rejoin? Are your kids going to join you, or are they going to join their families that they have down the road? What families are you going to rejoin? And are you going to remember everything? Or is your memory going to be wiped clean? And if your memory's wiped clean, it doesn't matter, does it? Just think about heaven. Heaven makes no sense at all, if you really think about it. But if you go to church, they don't want you to think about it. They just want you to go, heaven, I'm going to sit next to God. I'm going to heaven. I don't want to go to hell. Hell's bad. Yeah, it's a selling point. That's all it is. It's a selling point. Kind of like Santa Claus with the presents and the lump of coal in the stocking. They're selling you something. You're being sold. You've been suckered in. Anyways, I'm Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, and I have a special place in my heart for former atheists. It's a sad, sad part of my heart. Merry Christmas, by the way.